Into match number 2 we go now over in the World Cup as Czechia need to bounce back, as do Bafana, as the two losers on the opening day meet in the second round of games over in Group A. Who will get those illustrious 3 points, who of course could be on the brink of elimination? Let's get into it, all of it, next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at, of course, the next round of games over in Group A, and we'll get to those in just 1 second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want some for Blackburn Rovers World Cup previews. That's right, boys and girls. Match day number 2 is right about here, and of course, it is second chance Sundays for these two teams as they're trying to get those illustrious 3 points. 3 points could be enough to get you through to the round of 32. We'll get into that in a minute. Big shout out to my members of the Patrons. You know who you are. And again, shout out to you for being here. And of course, a tremendous response on those first previews. So make sure you smash the likes. Can we get another 48 likes on this one? I know I'm a big old ass, but 48 likes would do absolutely wonders for us here and now. So let's get into this game then, shall we? It is match number 2. It's Czechia, it's South Africa. It's coming at you just down the road at Atlanta, that's right, in Georgia, the Atlanta Stadium, on the 18th of June. 71,000 potential attendance. Czechia coming into this on the back of the defeat, of course. 80% form for them over the last 5 matches. As for South Africa, winless in the last 5, and this could be a mountain for them to climb right here, right now. I was not blown over by the South Africans' performance in that opening game against Mexico, but it could have been the moment. Opening day, pressure and all that. As for Czechia, they gave a good-ish account of themselves in that game against South Korea, but they used their strengths to get their one and only goal, but ultimately couldn't hold on for anything in the end. We'll take a deep dive into those in a minute. Before we do a deep dive, let's of course recap how we got to the stage with the Czech Republic, of course, qualified as UEFA Path playoff winners. They qualified via the D pathway, securing their spot on 31st of March 2026. This is their 10th appearance, of course, as a nation that has been in different names and shapes throughout the history. So 10 times as Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia, and all the like there. Meanwhile, of course, their last performance at the World Cup prior to this one was in 2006. So there's a streak of just the one. They were runners-up, though, as a Czechoslovakia back in 1934 and 1962. They are under the stewardship of Miroslav Kubic, with the captain being Ladislav Krejci, who's been looks pretty good at the back there, doesn't he, already? The VIP being Patrick Schick. They are ranked 41st according to the world rankings. At the start of the competition, they were 301 to lift the trophy. My expectation was the round of 32. It does look like they're going to have to win 1 game to do just that. This is, of course, their pathway so far here and now for the Czech Republic. Prior to the World Cup, they had a couple of friendlies, didn't they? They're up against Kosovo and Guatemala, coming out with victories in that one. They did lose a bit of a chess match between South Korea. Of course, South Korea stole the headlines with their performances, their liveliness, but Czechia were a thorn in their side. Of course, taking the lead initially, but ultimately choking at the end, and of course, against the South Korean attack there. So, first, right here, right now, the focus switches to this game. And this is their one and only golden moment for Czechia. They need the result here because guess what? Mexico is next for them, the hosts, who did look quite menacing in their own backyard in that opening game. Again, albeit against South Africa. No disrespect, Bafana. So this is it for Czechia. Their most important game. If they lose this one, honestly, I think we're going to have to have a little talk about it. So currently they find themselves in 3rd place in the group as of right now, purely on goal difference for them at the moment. It's a quick recap of the personnel then for you in this group. Of course, for Czechia, of course, like between the sticks, Kovar, Hornic at the back there from Augsburg. We've got Kufal, who started the last game. Krejci at the back there from Wolves. We've got Zeleny there from Slavia Prague. Up to midfield, Sucic. Provard is in there, Servi, Sucic as well. Up top, the likes of Patrick Schick, Holsik, on the books of Hoffenheim. That is your Chechens. Now, of course, a couple of changes may be made on this one, but I am going to go with this starting 11. We've got Kovar between sticks, Krejci, Holes, Chalubiek on the right-hand side of a back 3. We've got Zelensny, Sucic, Seriev, Kufal, Provod, Solkic, and Schick up top. In this graphic, you can see understudies here for these positions. So if we are likely to see Kufal dropped out, it more than likely will be Alexander Sochka here to come in to fill it. So just kind of have that there for you. Meanwhile, their opposition then, shall we, is Bafana coming at you as African Group C winners, securing their spot on the 14th of October 2025. This is their 4th tournament, the last being in 2010 when they hosted it. So it's been a long, long time. Prior to that, though, they qualified, but unfortunately couldn't make it out the groups in 1998, 2002, and of course when they hosted it in 2010. They are under the stewardship of Hugo Bruce, the Belgian. Looks like he's going to pack it in at the end of this competition. Ron Williams, the goalkeeper, is El Capitano. I do have Lyle Foster here as the VIP, and under great discussion, maybe he shouldn't be the man, because he looked shite against Mexico. So maybe we should get the big fat marker out. Oh yes, and of course because he's a dingle, we're going to cross that sucker out. He is no longer the VIP because I thought he was woeful. So we'll have to change that. They're ranked 6th according to the world rankings. 1,001 at the start of the competition to go the distance here. My expectation was a group stage exit purely on I think the Mexicans and South Koreans will dominate, and they might put some goals against South Africa. So which would make this game, even though there's 3 points on the line here, it would make it a mountain for both nations, or either of these nations, to qualify if they have heavy goal deficits. And unless, again, we are recording this, very, very early before this game. So we don't know what's going to go on with goals scored against the other nations in other groups. So I think they need to kind of step it up, of course. But this is their pathway here and now. Of course, prior to this, they had a couple of draws against Nicaragua and Jamaica, both of the CONCACAF Federation. They did, though, lose opening day against Mexico. A couple of red cards as well, which really doesn't boost their chances, with, of course, key personnel out of this next game against Czech on the Thursday, June the 18th. Of course, this is the must-win game for both of these nations here if they are to do anything in this World Cup, bar the group stages. I don't think the South Korea game, if they lose this, they could get a point here, South Africa, and then give them a chance at hope. But you really want to get the 3 points here and now, and then go into this game with a bit of confidence, bit of momentum. Anyway, of course, South Africa currently bottom of the pile here with that tricky start against Mexico. As for them, they're coming into this with this squad. Like I said, Bronwyn Williams, of course, goalkeeper at the back there. A lot of Malumbi Sundowns in this squad, but you got some other players from Orlando Pirates as well. We've got Salamu Kabini. I think he plays as a Mulder, I think, here from Norway. Into midfield, Satole will be out for this game. Mokoena and maybe Matha in midfield. Jaden Adams also competing for a spot in midfield. But let's give the VIP. I think Mokoena is your VIP now, because I think Lyle Foster is amateurish. If I like Reyners more than likely than the other fella. Quick look then at my expected start line. We did make the change here in midfield. We got Ronwyn Williams starting. We got Modima, Mobasi, Sibisi, Mudawu, Mokoena, and then I put in Jaden Adams to come in. There was also other changes in there. The other one was Zwame, who got red carded in the last game. He was a sub. Apolios Zwane, there is Zwane, so he will not be here. I don't know how he snuck in there, but he will not be available. So we're going to put a big fat X in here, and we're going to go with Maxako coming in to fill the void. Reyners will probably start as well, but we're going to go with Moromi and Foster to complete the pack. Before we take a deep dive into this match, I'm going to hand you over to Eddie to talk about the Fanatics storefront for Blackburn Overseas. And Dirk, thanks again. Yes, we are always thinking here at Blackburn Overseas, and this summer is no different. We've got a brand new storefront, courtesy of Fanatics, our new partner. Big shout out to those guys. Link to that storefront is in the description down below. It also, hopefully, fingers crossed, should be on the screen right about now. Of course, we've got merchandise for Blackburn Rovers, official merchandise that is, World Cup as well. We've got all the good stuff. Make sure to check it out. If you're a sports fan, Fanatics is the place to be. Check that sucker out. Of course, every purchase you do helps the channel in some way, somehow, of course. But until then, it's back to Dirk in the studio. Appreciate that, Eddie. Of course, take a look then at their previous records between these two nations. Of course, they have locked horns, according to my data, just the once, of course, and it ended up as a 2-2 thriller way back when. Quick look at the valuations as well of the squads. As you see, this is a good indicator as to showing you what we're looking at here. Czechia's valuations just shy of 200 million compared to South Africa, just shy of 50 million. Of course, they have 7 foreigners in the squad. That is South Africa. The rest of the squad play in their native South Africa. As for Czechia, they've got 9 foreigners as well. They've got a slightly older squad coming into this as well. Quick look at the probability index. The probability index goes in favor of Czechia. That means the money line is on this one, going in favor of the Chechens. But that means nothing. Quick recap of what you guys said at the start of this competition, who you thought would win this group. Mexico, 65% of the vote. We got South Korea second with 13% of the vote. Any change in that, maybe? As for Czechia, they're coming into 3rd place with 14%. South Africa were always underdogs. But, of course, we always like an underdog as well. If you want to look at your dream caps, of course, look at it right here, right now. This is, of course, Czechia's run-in here to this World Cup final. If they're going to do it, they need to get a result first and foremost. As for South Africa, this is their run-in again, just like Czechia, both on the back of a defeat. So I have them both as tipped as 3rd place finishers. This is the shootout. This is the attempt to get to this pathway. Meanwhile, quick look at the public vote. The public vote is out there. It's fresh as a daisy, so get in there, get your vote in there. But 80% of the, I think Czech Republic will get the result, with South Africa just 16%. The draw is at 5%. That is what you guys think. Quick look at the bookies odds, of course, for this one as well, as we look forward to kickoff. Yep, Czechia definitely favoured. South Africa underdogs. As for me, though, I have a big soft spot for South Africa. I really do. I think they've got some great players, great team, but that performance against Mexico has left me with a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. And maybe, just maybe, this South African team is not cut out for the World Cup. This game is so huge, so significant. If you lose this, I can't see it. I really can't. But I want to be convinced. Convince me, Bafana, but convince me. But right now, if I'm a betting man with, of course, everything on the line, I've got to go with Czech Republic here. I think they were unlucky a little bit against the South Koreans, but they showed their quality. I think they're just going to turn you over in the end. 3-1 victory for Czechia against South Africa in the second round of games in this group. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That, of course, is my prediction. Let me know yours, of course, in the comments. The best and the worst will be featured in the review show when, of course, we come back to talk about this result. Of course, if you want to look at some other predictions made by myself at the channel, we've got the cat prediction. We've also got the ones made by a bunch of ping pong balls. Make sure you check those out as well. Link should be on the screen right about now. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.